To start with, you're going to need 4 cups of self-raising flour. I'm using the gluten-free stuff. You're going to need some cooking spray, and you're going to need some olive oil, and you're going to need about 200 ml of milk. So we'll get started with the gluten-free pizza bases. Now I've just popped the oven on 190 degrees on a fan forced, just to preheat it before we do these pizza bases. So I've got 4 cups of self-raising flour, the gluten-free stuff. I'll just get the rest of that out there. You'll need to get your olive oil. I don't measure it out. As I said, I'm one of those messy mum cooks that just goes for it. But just a few swirls in the flour like that. I'm not sure if you can sort of see, just a little bit in there. And we also want to put 2 pinches of salt. I ground it up earlier. And some pepper to season. So that's done. Now we add probably about 100 ml to start with, and we'll just start combining that in the mixer. As it's mixing, I'm just going to slowly add a little bit of milk at a time because I don't want to make it too runny. I want it just to come together. Alright, I've misjudged that, so I'm going to come back in a minute and with some more milk. Okay, so I put another 200 ml in here, so we'll do another 100 ml first. And that's looking pretty good, so I'm going to get that out and I'll be back to you in just a sec. Okay, now that was 350 ml of milk, and with the gluten-free flour it'll go into like a sticky consistency, and that's what you want. Now, just a tip for your bench: if you're working on your bench, it's really hard to sort of get the pizza base mix off when you're cleaning. Put some Glad wrap down first, then you just have to roll up and just wipe over a little bit. It's a really good tip. All right, so I'm just putting some self-raising flour down before I put the sticky pizza dough down. It's a bit sticky, but if you want a really good gluten-free homemade base, I've found this is the way to go. And it's not dry, and with the self-raising flour it makes it just that little bit more nicer and fluffier rather than just a dry, dead pizza base. And I'm going to make some of my gluten-free fluffy scones, which has taken me years to actually get a gluten-free fluffy scone. I've got a nice recipe that I've put together with a friend, and they work really well, so I'll bring that to you next week. So just kneading the dough. We don't want to play with it too much though. So just taking a little bit of that moisture out, not too much. and that's looking quite good. Just kneading it. I'm not a chef, I'm not a pizza maker, but being a mum with 2 kids that are celiac, trying to find good gluten-free recipes to save some money, because a gluten-free pizza base, which does not feed my whole family, is around $9. So making these pizza bases, I can make about 3 pizzas with all the toppings for $9. So a lot cheaper doing it this way. Okay, that is about ready. So I'm going to divide that in a minute, and I'm going to put it onto 2 pizza trays, and then we'll do the next bit. Okay, now the bases are being put in the pizza trays. Make sure that you put some oil on it, because you don't want to go to all this trouble and have a really nice pizza and then it sticks to the tray. Done that before, still works with a knife and fork, but yeah, we're making pizza today. The pizza trays, try and get ones with the air holes in them. That way you don't have to prick all the air holes through it with a fork. So I'm making 2 pizzas. So one pizza is going to have the traditional tomato base on it. So there's about half a cup of tomato paste. It's actually a pizza tomato base, and just spread that across the bottom like that. Always got to make the 2 different pizzas because the kids are not olive fans. So one pizza has olives and a little bit of chili flakes, and the kids' pizza doesn't. Alright, so the kids' pizza is the one with the tomato over the top. And the next pizza I'm going to do is got peanut satay sauce. It is really, really nice on pizza. So there's many sort of, a lot of peanut satay sauces out there. I've used the fountain satay sauce as well. That comes straight out of the bottle. You're best off though tipping that out into a bowl rather than trying to bring it straight out of the bottle, because it tends to get quite stuck. It's very sticky, especially if it's been in the fridge. So the satay sauce goes really well with pineapple, and I know a lot of people don't like pineapple, and there's a lot of people against pineapple on pizza, but my family love pineapple on pizza, and with the satay sauce it is really good. Alright, so there's the sauce. Next, just a tip from my brother, put the cheese down first so the cheese can come up through your topping, and just right at the end add a little extra cheese. So I've just got some Audi pizza cheese. That's good sometimes mixed with a little bit of tasty cheese. So you don't want too much of the pizza cheese because it is quite stringy, because it is like your mozzarella. So it's covered them both quite nicely. So I had a cup of cheese for each pizza here. Excellent, so that's that one done. I'm going to do the boys' pizza first, so I've a bit of bacon. So I've just chopped up bacon into small pieces. And I'll pop some bacon on the satay one. Sometimes I'll do just a vegetarian satay pizza without the meat, which is really nice as well, especially if you put a little bit of feta cheese over it. Next, I'm going to do a mixture of red and orange capsicum. The only real reason why I've chosen today to have the two different colours is because kids like colour. And when I went down to my local produce store at Launch Fresh, they have beautiful orange and red capsicums today. So I thought, yep, I'll grab them. So be sure to look after your local produce stores. Now, I've got the olives for the adults pizza. So olives on there like that. And then we're going to put the pineapple over both pizzas. Just make sure that you drain off the excess juice on pineapples before you put them on a pizza, because otherwise it can be quite moist and really sloppy. I also dry off tomatoes. If I'm ever using tomatoes, just put them on a little bit of paper towel, get the excess tomato juice out of it. Now the oregano, it is in the sauce and people usually put it down before everything. I like to just sprinkle it through the top where the cheese is going to come through. So on both pizzas, just a little bit of oregano over the top. And for the satay pizza, some chili flakes, dried chili flakes. You can put sparing if you just want that little taste. You can put a lot. Yeah, there we go. So that's our pizza toppings for both our pizzas. And I'm just going to add just a little bit more cheese. So there's the tomato based one for the kids, and this one here is for the adults. And what I'll do is put a little bit of spinach, it's fresh spinach over the top shortly. Alright, so just before we put them in the oven, I've got a little bit more cheese, so I'll pop that over the boys' pizza. And just remember, just don't go over the top with mozzarella cheese, because otherwise you'll just have stringy mess and pizza everywhere. Alright, and with the other satay pizza, I'm going to put some fresh spinach on the top. So as I said, you can put feta cheese on, it's really nice, and even grated pumpkin, but pumpkin can hold a lot of excess water as well, so make sure that you drain the excess fluid off your pumpkin as well. Alright, so I'm going to top that off with a little bit of more cheese. That's looking really, really good. And that's the top of that one. All done. Nice fresh ingredients, and we'll pop it in the oven for about 20 minutes. Okay, so the pizzas have been in the fan forced oven on 190 for 20 minutes, and they've come out beautifully. So I'm going to show you the kids' tomato one first. That's come out really nicely, and with the self-raising flour, as you can see, it's just raised just that little bit. So that's really good. And with the other one with the olives on it, that is turned out absolutely stunning. Oh, it's just slipped off. All good. So I am going to serve up a slice of each. Always got to have a good red wine with pizza. So that, hopefully these don't slip off. There is the gluten-free pizza, and is really, really good. So, grubs up, as they say. That is so good. Yeah, must have a red. Alright, next time, I promise you I will do my Beezy gluten-free fluffy scones. See ya!